Hello everybody, welcome to Pokemon Masters Console, a competitive YouTube and podcast. Welcome to episode 30.
Big 3-0, we made it.
The big 3-0. We have almost as many episodes as years that I've lived.
Exactly. So today's main topic, we're going to be talking about boost emblems. It's the new rune pages in Pokemon Unite. It's deserved a big breakdown. And there wasn't a whole lot else going on in the Pokemon world that we didn't already record, which we'll get into. But first, we don't have too much news today. So
yeah, we do and we don't.
We do and we don't. We got some plugs to some news.
Yes.
But without further ado, obviously, welcome to the podcast. I am your host, Gym Leader Justin.
I'm Zero.
This is the official Pokemon Masters console. Host Hobbies. We had kind of a lot to talk about because a lot in the video game world, real life, a lot going on, isn't there?
Yeah. So since Friday, last Friday, what was it? It was the 29th. Was it the 29th?
Yeah, I think so.
So I had a video game drop that I've been waiting for a very long time, and Justin had one that he's been waiting for as well. He got Digimon Survive. I got Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Shout out to PMC Sport Ninja. Dougie also picked up Xenoblade.
Yep.
He's going to pick up Digimon. He just says, one or the other.
Xenoblade first.
I'm going to pick up Xenoblade, but again, just other side of the coin. I will be getting it, just not right now.
Yeah, so those games dropped Friday.
You're a huge Xenoblade fan.
Huge. I love
And I'm a
Xenoblade.
huge lifelong Fire Emblem fan. And Digimon Survive literally is like Fire Emblem, or more Triangle Strategy, which is a game I've talked about here.
Yeah.
And I loved it. 65 hours in 2 weeks. It's that, but Digimon. And obviously, this is a Pokemon channel.
Yeah.
We grew up in the 90s. We love Digimon.
I love Digimon too, yeah. So let's dive into this a little bit. Let me shrink us here. And we've got like a few little phone shots, some screenshots here.
We're starting with Digimon.
Let's start with Digimon. So,
yeah, okay.
So Justin is going to kind of take us through these like screenshots here. For those of you listening, he's just going to give a nice little description of because he's been pretty hype about this game and it's pretty cool, honestly.
So you played Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Yes, it was excellent.
And you know about Triangle Strategy. You know how much I loved it.
Yeah.
I liked it more than Three Houses, and I'm the Fire Emblem guy.
But that's big praise.
It's insanely good. It's so good. Digimon Survive is basically that, but Digimon. So right here on screen you can see. So it's like you move around in squares, like a chessboard kind of thing, and which position, whether you're facing somebody or this is the side or the back, will do less, medium, or more damage kind of thing, like backstab. But as you can see, here's the evolution chart. So the thing that's different here is, normally in Fire Emblem, you have Ike, and he's just a big He-Man with a sword.
Yeah.
And that's what he does.
Yep.
Well, Agumon, as you can see here, right now I've only got Tyrannoman unlocked.
Yep.
But you see there's 3 paths here for the champion level. And, rookie, champion, ultimate, mega, and now there's more mega above there. We'll get into that. We don't really know about that.
Yeah, we don't even know.
I gotta play it.
Yeah.
But obviously one of these will be Greymon.
Yep.
And then there's another one I already know. I believe it's Machine Dramon. But point being, it's this is just showing off the evolution chart. You can catch wild Digimon and make them join your party because there's just free battles. And if a free battle spawns, that's for this particular, you remember her, Biomon?
Yeah, so is she not attached to a Digidestined in this game?
Correct. So this is a brand new group of Digidestined.
Yeah.
Brand new characters, brand new partners. It's basically like a whole new season of the anime.
Yeah.
It's what it, and right now everybody's digivolving into their champion for the first time in the story. It's at that part. I'm still in the beginning.
Yeah, fluff.
Yep.
We're fluffing it up.
Right here is one of my favorite dudes, Falcomon. He's awesome.
Yep.
But yeah, see right here, they can move in squares.
Yep.
This dude's obviously super fast, so he can move everywhere. But see, there's a little bug Digimon. There's Labramon, little Labrador.
Looks just like Fire Emblem.
Is it?
Or Triangle Strategy.
Isn't it awesome?
Yeah.
So they can move, they can attack. There's items, evolution here, talk. So the Digidestined can, because they're spirit connected. Because they're
let's go,
Agumon. You can do it.
Yeah.
They'll talk, but each Digidestined has their own buff.
Yeah.
For instance, Minoru, the Digidestined attached to Falcomon, his talk buff is movement speed.
Yep.
So he can talk to any Digimon that currently has your like friendship level and it's JRPG stuff.
Yep.
Once your affinity's up, same type of thing as all these other games. He'll buff that character's move speed.
Yeah.
And then they each do different things. So it's really, really fun. And just like Triangle Strategy, over on the side, you can see like the turn order based on movement speed.
Yeah, kind of like Arceus had that too.
Yeah, definitely. Right here, just showing off deploying characters, very similar. This is just world map stuff of going through the story and all that kind of stuff. Like talk to people right here, and she's got the little red icon, means she'll move the story along. This is just kind of what the stuff looks like. Again,
this is their cutscene.
Yeah. This is like the anime episode between them.
No English voice acting at all in this game.
No, so there's a whole bunch of different subs, but there's only one dub and it's Japanese. And I'm pretty disappointed because there is a lot of talking.
Yeah.
A lot. So
Well, what's worse? No voice acting in any Pokemon game, or Japanese voice acting in a lot of reading?
No voice acting in Pokemon.
That's worse?
None at all.
Okay, that's fair.
Because at least
I
they're
kind of
putting
agree.
effort in.
I kind of agree.
These guys are going for a style.
Right.
It might not be my particular cup of tea in terms of artistic choice.
Right.
I would have liked to have English because I don't speak Japanese,
but if
I'm a bit ADD, so I would like to be able to paint my Warhammer while listening to the hour-long cutscene of just the Digidestin learning who each other are. Oh, are we in the digital? It's just the first couple. I'm not into the juicy stuff of the details of the story. I don't want to have to sit there and read. You know how many times I fell asleep already?
Yeah. If it was English voice acting, you'd be like, okay, cool, great. Even if it was bad.
Yeah.
Even if it was bad.
I can at least tell what's going on.
It would be bad.
So there's Arukenimon.
Okay.
She looked familiar?
Yeah.
So big spider bad guy is sort of like the big boss that I just had to fight. She was a lot of fun. See this big, terrain if you're higher up, more damage.
There's that vertical.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to have vertical movement stats to get up over those ledges and stuff like that.
Definitely. And you can see the blue bar is the HP, the yellow bar is your SP. It's basically your mana or resource.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
If you want to digivolve, you can
gotta spend
some of that each turn and to stay in your champion form. And I'm assuming ultimate will be more. Champion's only 5, so I'm assuming maybe ultimate would be 10 and Mega's 15 or whatever.
Yep.
So yeah, and as you can see here, everything's all kind of today based.
This is cool. This is your Pokedex.
Yeah, so because it's all on your phone. Everybody's got see,
yeah, I did notice that. I was like, what is this?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Okay. So as you can see, the outside picture is the actual TV screen, but that's what the game looks like right now.
That's pretty tight.
In my right here. See, it's all your phone.
Okay, yeah.
So everyone's got a smartphone. So it's all today's.
These are your apps.
Yeah. It's almost like they're using with the new Digimon Adventure reboot that's coming out this fall on Netflix in English.
Yeah.
Where it's a retelling of the old story with the old Digidestin, but in 2022.
Yeah.
That's sort of like what this is, but with a whole new cast of characters. So, as you can see here, there's some that you recognize on screen.
Oh, yeah.
So, right here, you can see there's, the shadowed out. You can see that's Palmon.
Yep.
You can see that one right there is Gabumon. Right down here's Tentamon and Patamon.
Yep.
I believe that one would be Salamon, which involves right here. You know what that one is.
Gatomon.
That's Gatomon. You see right there, there's Greymon.
Yep.
There's Bergermon.
Yep.
There's Shellmon right there, etc., etc., etc.
Okay, so I didn't grab a picture of this. We kind of just started the show. But,
yeah.
Okay, before we kind of move on to the next thing, Myotismon, bro.
Oh yeah, so he's right here. So this guy, this is actually one of the Digidestin in the game right now. His name is Kaito.
Okay.
He's kind of like the Sasuke, but not written poorly.
Yeah. Yeah, written really bad.
A mischievous monster, Dracmon, will brave and resemble amount of danger without any blah 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 blah. So there's a description of everything.
Yep.
And if you guys want to pause that and read that yourself, you know what I mean? But look at that. And he evolves into this big shadow demon wolf thing.
So the memes of Pokemon evolving into Digimon evolving into refrigerators is definitely definitely stands true here.
Oh yeah. So this looks like a bad guy, but he's on our team.
So he looks like Sableye.
Yeah, definitely. And then he'll evolve into, down here,
a wolf.
Sanglamon.
Yep.
Really, really awesome. Really strong. Dark type. He, vampiric wolf-shaped monster. That's all you need to know.
Did they so was this in the show before?
No, I've never seen this.
Brand new?
This one for me, I've never seen Dracmon or this before.
Okay.
I've never personally have seen where they're at. So yeah, the ultimate form will be Myotismon.
Myotismon, yeah.
You know that guy.
Oh, I know Myotismon.
So we get to actually play as Myotismon in this game. So that dude's, so as you can see right here, you can see how the Gabumon is
Yep.
grayed out. And then there's a grayed out one right here. That is Siakumon. But anyways, Dracmon, his brother Kaito, one of our Digidestin, his little sister, is missing right now at the beginning. Because we got transported to the digital world, and we found everyone else, but we haven't been able to find her yet. Her name is, I believe, Miru.
Okay.
But she's got it looks like Clamperl.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
Imagine Clamperl.
Yep.
That's literally what it is. And it evolved right here to Shellmon. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
And then again, Palmon and Gabumon up here in the first.
The classics, dude.
The classics. And, you can see right there's Garurumon. I'm really happy, with Tyrannomon here. He just looks awesome.
We got the poop toss and Vegemon.
Yeah, we just unlocked Vegemon. I kind of showed him that.
Yeah.
And down here for the first couple of days, I think 30 days, if you buy this game, either pre-order or buy it within the first 30 days of release, right when you're done with the tutorial stuff, they give you Guilmon.
Yeah,
so,
dude.
Really excited about all this kind of stuff. So that's basically Digimon Survive. Again, I'm really happy with sort of the tactics side. Right here, you can sort of play the cutscene.
Yeah, here's every cutscene.
Yeah, that's basically it. Is this something that you would be interested, maybe in the future? Maybe if you finish Xenoblade and Pokemon's not out yet, would this interest you at all, or is it not?
Yeah, they gotta patch a way for me to skip these cutscenes faster though.
Yeah.
I need to be able to smash the A buttons.
Maybe you'll just play this vicariously through me, or maybe in the future someday you'll get to it, right?
Yeah. All right. So while Justin was off playing Digimon Survive, I was off camping.
Okay? You were in the Yoop.
Yeah,
you were up in Canada territory.
Basically, yeah. In Michigan, we have an upper and a lower peninsula. I was in the upper peninsula.
We live in the lower.
Yeah, we live in the lower peninsula. So yeah, I just got some pics. This was our campground on the first night. This is on Lake Malakokia.
And this is your annual thing.
Yeah. This is I mean, I go to the UP every year, but this is the second year in a row that we have done this camping trip.
Yeah. The disc golf trip.
Yep. And this is what it looks like walking through. When you walk through this little gap right here that Connor's standing in front of, this is what you walked out to.
Beautiful.
And this is what we had for dinner. This is what we had for dinner.
Love sweet potatoes.
Turkey dogs and sweet potatoes over the fire.
Everyone knows I love to cook, so when I see the food, I'm like, let's go.
This is the Sini Wildlife Preserve. So we stopped at a wildlife refuge and did some fishing. And so this was dusk at Lake Malakokia.
Gorgeous.
We're doing more fishing.
I feel like we should have Tim Allen here. True Michigan.
Yeah. So the first night, a meteor shower rolled through.
Oh boy! No pictures.
It was too.
That's okay.
Yeah. It's not possible without the right camera. But so a meteor shower rolled through. And it completely clouded the sky. There was less clouds in the sky than shown in this picture. Sorry, fellas, but it was
nice and clear out.
It was
no light
crazy.
pollution.
It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy because I saw shooting stars that were okay, have you ever seen a shooting star in real life?
Yeah, they're just a little
pew. Yeah,
looks like a tiny little pinprick.
It was nothing. It was nothing like that. There were some of those, but there were some that you
was it like the stereotype? You're just getting blasted.
No, it wasn't that frequent.
Oh, okay.
But there were ones that you could literally watch them streak across the sky, kind of slow. Yeah, and they had
Draco meteor.
Yeah, they had purple tails.
That's what you were doing. You were just sitting out there watching the dragon.
Oh yeah,
dance in space.
Draco's getting dropped all over. Yeah, I saw one that literally burned. It was so bright it burned into my retinas.
That's awesome.
And then the color was there for 5 or 6 seconds, just
a little behind. Yeah.
Yeah, and that meteor shower also was there the next night, but it was not as intense.
That was your first night?
It peaked the first night, but so the second night we did see more.
Gorgeous.
We did breakfast burritos for breakfast.
Some eggies.
We played North Block Disc Golf Course. This was designed by a world champion disc golfer.
Is that in the UP?
Yep.
Okay.
This is in Escanaba. This is me and the boys.
Escanaba. All right.
So here's me hucking a frisbee. Check out Check out this view.
Hoi!
Look at all that in the background, dude.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, dude. This shot was actually like not great, but whatever. Because the basket.
I don't know anything about disc golf, so you could have told me that was an ace, and I would have believed you, man.
Yep, and then we went to Presque Isle. We're in Marquette at this point. We're just checking out like the Black Rocks, and then we jumped into Lake Superior. It's like 60.
Look at that guy.
It's like 60 degrees. It was really cold. Actually, it actually made my chest.
Mrs. Zero's a lucky lady.
Yeah, she is. This was our campground. This was our next campground. We stayed at that other one for a minute.
Yeah. So this is the next camp. You guys kind of nomadically.
Yeah, we moved around a little bit.
Different disc golf.
UP, the Upper Peninsula has its own wrestling circuit.
Was there a lot of different courses around? Is that common? Or did you have to kind of like
yes and no? Them? I don't know. I would say in the UP there's only like 5 or 6 that are worth playing.
Oh,
total.
Really? Oh, okay. So definitely not like down here.
No,
there's 5 or 6 every 2 minutes.
No. Yeah, here's Michael Jarrett versus Porn Stash Peter Schwanz at the UP wrestling circuit.
Hilarious.
Here's me hucking a frisbee into some Black Rocks. The basket's like over here up the hill.
Krillin.
And then, here's the green that I threw into. Here's me in a waterfall.
Yeah.
We actually ended up...
Michigan? Is that what the...
Yeah. You know what? We actually ended up dropping the shirts and stuff, and we swam into this water and went under that waterfall. It was actually super strong.
Nice.
Here's my boy Connor on top of a rock. Here's me dipping my face in the water. Yeah, me contemplating life, wondering what I'm doing with it. Got some dinner with some friends.
Hey, Sonia.
Yeah, we got Professor Sonia here and her husband Seth. And then this is a view on top of Sugarloaf Mountain. Here's me. This is another cliff jumping spot in the background. Oh yeah, take it in, everybody. And there's a little fish that I caught. It looks bigger than what it is.
Tiny.
It looks bigger, I swear. But actually,
tiny little fish.
It was legit only like 8 inches. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, then I also picked up Xenoblade. I've only played like 2 hours, but
because you were camping.
I was camping.
Little bit of a weird overlap. Maybe didn't realize which weekend it was.
I didn't actually, but yeah, it's been good so far. First couple hours, it's got a pretty.
No spoilers, obviously.
No spoilers.
You don't want spoilers. You want to be completely.
Yeah.
Well, I've looked up some stuff on Digimon. Like I know that Agumon has, the 3 paths. I know what his 3 paths are.
Before we started this, he's like, why don't you grab an image of the characters? And I Googled Xenoblade Chronicles 3 characters, and I was like, I don't know if I should do this.
I don't know, yeah. So we just did the generic photo here, because you just ripped into it yesterday for the first time.
Yeah.
You've had it for like 5 days. You just got to get to, vacation and dad and everything else.
Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty cool so far. It's just... So far, the story is there's these 2 colonies that are fighting, and every time they kill someone, they take the life energy. And
do they have different accents?
They're all British.
They're all British.
All British.
Okay, so before they had different accents, and that was a distinguished, no spoilers, but it was important that they had different accents for a reason.
I've heard no American voices.
Okay, so far everyone's British.
Yeah, but it is significant in the second game.
Yeah, for sure.
Who has English voices and who has...
Who's your favorite character so far?
Lance.
Lance?
He's
Lance?
He's Lance. He's the gray dude here in the coat. He's a big jerk. He's pretty awesome.
What type of class is he?
He's a defender.
Yeah, buddy, let's go.
So I think that kind of wraps up all the host hobby stuff. It dragged down a little bit long, but our news is pretty short today, and then we're going to just dive right into the main subject. So we had a big presentation. Was it Tuesday?
Wednesday.
It was Wednesday? It was Wednesday. Big presentation. We had a Pokemon Presents, basically like a direct for Pokemon for 20 straight minutes. And...
Bikes!
It was pretty good.
Yeah, we gave it a solid 7 out of 10. We did a whole reaction plus discussion. There's about 30 minutes of content over on our YouTube channel. Link will be in the description on this podcast, wherever you find it. If you listen to it, go check it out on YouTube. Yep. We're not putting that part on Spotify because, we need the visuals and everything.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
It'll be YouTube exclusive content there, and we do definitely do a big like whole discussion. But you want to do like a little 1,000-foot view?
Here's the synopsis. We had Mewtwo in an apron. Okay.
Don't care. I'm excited for that game for what it is.
Yeah, whatever. But Mewtwo in an apron. We had.
No one cares about Pokemon Go.
The announcement of the Pikachu mode in Unite. Okay.
Yep. Which is cool, gimmick.
But then the juicy stuff. They had a lot of Gen 9. It was basically Gen 9 Direct. It was like 10 or 15
I do want to talk real quick. I do have a little bit of a negative. A little bit of a glass half empty for just a half a second.
Drop it.
Doesn't it feel like they should have at least announced one of the 3 characters from the second wave for Unite? Doesn't it feel like that would have been
That's what I was hoping for.
Just at least one. At least one.
I wanted
All they did is show us information we already knew. Already knew, like Doug and I had talked that morning, that we already knew that Buzzwole was coming out at 8 p.m. for our time, where we lived in the world.
True.
That night. We already knew that.
Yeah, that was not a surprise.
The Pikachu was the only news, but if we just log into the game and see it, oh, hey, there's a new Pikachu mode. What's this?
Yeah. Do
you know what I mean? Like, they didn't do anything.
I guess I can see why they didn't, because they had 2 more characters at that point.
Because Buzzwole was coming out that day.
And they still got to do their T-Tar types.
T-Tar
hype. So it's like, why would they take away from that?
I guess. I don't know. Just to me personally, it felt a little weird. Like, why would you show that off again and not... Because as soon as they showed that, I was expecting one of them to like,
yeah,
Caesar,
yeah, exactly.
Sceptile.
Yep, I kind of was too.
That's what I was expecting. So just I felt a little lackluster there.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the reasons why we didn't give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
is, but for what we did see for Gen 9, not particularly happy with the bikes. But this is just my personal feeling. It's just a little gimmicky, a little derpy. But we're really, really, really hyped about the new mechanic, whatever we call it. So we had Dynamaxing.
Yep.
Now we've got this terrestrializing. Crystallizing.
Yeah, basically, it turned into like a crystal. And
so we get Terra types. So still to be decided whether or not it's going to be like a true 3-stab or just 2, if it's going to replace one of them,
or even if you just become one type, like become a monotype. We don't know.
So many possibilities, and we are very excited. So yeah, go check that video out.
All we know is it's going to get banned on Showdown. So
yeah, it's definitely not going to be.
Don't be excited to play it on Showdown, because it's not going to last.
Yeah, and I guess another reason. Man, I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer, but they didn't show off the starter evolutions.
I did not expect that one.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, okay.
I did not.
Maybe I was wishing.
I was because Doug made an excellent point that the Arceus starters didn't get revealed until like the week the game came out. So I'm expecting something similar.
Unfortunately, I feel like that was maybe a little bit too soon, but
yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, but like we said, go check that out.
They did show off a couple new pokes. Fido
is awesome.
So you got a new puppy. They showed off a couple of gym leaders. So
yep, we saw this ice type that's probably going to be really bad.
Really, really awesome.
Yeah. So what we got next?
So Buzzwole has dropped. He dropped, like we said, 8 p.m. Wednesday here in Michigan. I jumped on him about 8:20.
Okay.
By the time I, doing stuff about 8:15, 8:20.
I was playing Xenoblade.
Definitely. I'm a bit disappointed.
Okay.
A bit lackluster to what he was shown off to us in the beta footage.
Yeah.
He's definitely not.
He definitely seems changed.
Yeah, he's definitely not what he was on the beta server. He definitely got nerfed from that footage. Like, lunge is like locked. It's this weird jump. You jump in a big AoE, but it's
you can't adjust to the targeting as far as like moving it in or out. It only goes around.
It's a set distance locked always every time. So you'll just jump right over the person you're fighting.
Yeah, once someone closes the gap on you, you jump right over.
And he's very close range, and he is very, very squishy.
Yes,
he's probably the squishiest all rounder in the game.
It feels like Duraludon, where you like look at this character and you're like, okay, probably bulky.
Like he feels
not the case.
He feels as squishy or squishier as like Lucario or Zeraora.
Yep.
Like his silhouette is giant and he's this big, so he doesn't. But when you actually play him, he feels like the very squishy end of all rounders.
Yes.
And he doesn't really fit a specific role for competitive for high end because like everything that you want to or try to do with him, Machamp can do better.
Yeah.
Or Trevenant can do better. Or Garchomp. Or et cetera, et cetera. Like, so he just doesn't have anything because he doesn't have like he's got a bunch of CC, but he doesn't do like this big crazy damage, and he's really squishy. So it's like, yeah, Machamp could just like 4v1 or 1v4.
My initial thoughts is I see the damage potential. However, I have not found a way to unlock that potential without the right teammates.
Correct.
Like you could potentially.
He's not like a solo carry the way Machamp is.
Yeah, and honestly, like maybe you could make an argument for that. I mean, honestly, I don't think you can, but like you could say, well, you don't need the right teammates to pop off with Serena.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But Serena's also way more durable, more damage, more mobility, a better passive, and shields.
Better ult too.
Better
in
ult.
my opinion.
Yeah, his ult isn't really.
No.
He feels honestly like an Azumarill. Like he just sort of does stuff, and it's just like, yeah. But if I was playing this character, I would have done that and more.
Here's to hoping T-Tar is a little bit better.
Yeah, big hype for T-Tar. The Buzzwole for me is a bit of a dud.
Yeah.
That's my initial impression. That's my competitive outlook. I'm not saying that he's bad. He's definitely better than Azumarill.
It's early game too. So
It's early initial thoughts, but
maybe
so far, week 1, he's definitely not S or A. And I think the argument could be made for like a B tier, but it's like again, Charizard.
I wouldn't pick him in ranked over Serena.
I would,
like,
never.
There's no reason.
It's just like Azumarill in that like there's just no reason to play him because he doesn't have anything that he brings to the table that someone else doesn't have and more.
Right.
Ooh, what's going on, Zero?
You sound like somebody I know.
Yeah, so we may or may not have been doing a little ranked grinding this week. After you got back from vacation and after the dust settled a little bit from the brand new patch and new season. Randy's have been more extra than we've ever seen in the whole year of playing this game.
So extra.
So we've been off ranked for about a week or two because we don't, you know what I mean? We've just been practicing new characters and different stuff going on, right? But we did play a little bit of ranked, and we may or may not have found someone on the ranked ladder against us. So yeah, I'm not gonna say anything more than that. Link in the description. We won't give any more spoilers, but
well, all we can say is it's a battle of YouTubers.
He's a very famous YouTuber.
Yep.
And we played. Not only that, it was like quadruple whammy because we were trying to record our ranked climbing duo.
Yeah.
So linked, we will be able to show that off. Obviously, it's in the thumbnail. But the fact that we were playing the Blastoise and Ninetales.
Yep.
It's Zacian.
Yep. Our patented.
You want to get the Master Ball in VGC? Zacian.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to get the Master Ball in Unite? PMC combo, baby.
Yep. So yeah. Anyway, that's
link to that video. Really, really hype. Really, really fun stuff. We're not even going to talk about who won or lost. It was just a really good game. GG, shout out, everything's in good fun, big love. Really, really exciting stuff to be able to have, I guess, a little bit of an unbeknownst feature on the channel.
Yeah. So the last thing we're going to talk about before we take a break and get into boost emblems, we had a huge announcement for VGC, dude. Series 13.
If there was ever a more double-edged sword. We're talking like Darth Maul here. Blade on either side.
Yeah, dude.
Because we finally get to use our mythicals. After 2 years, we get to use Zarude. I'm a monkey, and I'm a grass main. And then you got Zarude, baby.
Melmetal,
Zeraora, Mew. We got our shiny Tigertron Zeraoras 2 years ago, and now we get to use them.
Yeah.
Wait. What's this?
What?
Oh, no. No.
What is it, Justin? What's the matter? What could possibly be wrong with a format with mythicals?
Because they opened the floodgates, and now people can bring 6 restricted Pokemon. You can make anything you want. There's no limits. Dun dun dun! Instantly, how to pop a bubble and kill a buzz, man. The whole room goes silent.
So Zacian usage is going to go to 100%.
So we're gonna see Kyogre. We're gonna see. It's just gonna be Ubers.
Man.
So like, oh, I get to use Giraffe. Oh, I get to use Mitt. I get to.
I feel like the only mythical that is going to be worth using.
There are a couple. Don't get me wrong.
Melmetal. Melmetal would be the best one.
But it's and the fact that he has a Gigantamax is super cool. But it's just like I would have liked to see a thing where you're allowed to. You have one restricted, but it doesn't have to be.
Mm-hmm.
You're allowed to have one restricted, and the restricted can also now be a mythical. Go back to.
I would have been cool with them doing like 1 and 1, like 1 restricted and 1 mythical.
Or say you could have 1 restricted, but only mythicals. So no regular restricted.
Too, yeah.
Just unlock that as our new cap.
It'd be like a souped up Series 9.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like there's so many, and it's just oh man, what could have been?
Yeah.
So we're a little bit. This news just it's just our personal preference. Not trying to ruin anyone's bowl of Cheerios here, but for us personally, it's just a little bit. Oh, what could have been?
It really does feel like it's just kind of a throwaway series, like a. It's
open the floodgates, let them do whatever they want for the last 2-3 months.
It's a novelty because I don't know if there's going to be any regionals played in this format. Because Worlds is going to happen, and then I think and then Gen 9 is November. Yeah, because I think the season resets. Like the beginning of the like VGC season is like November or December or something like that.
Yep.
So I don't think there'll be any regionals then. So it'll be pretty interesting. I'm excited to play VGC in Gen 9. I think it's
gonna be fun.
Yeah. So, dude, let's go refill our waters and then let's get onto some boost emblems. What do you think?
Boost emblems and unite rune pages.
Let's do it. So we're back, we're hydrated, and we are ready to talk about boost emblems. Justin, you are really excited for this. I mean, I am too. It's one of the best mechanics they've added in a long time.
It's really fun. It's really interesting. It's got us playing the game more than ever.
Yes.
It's pretty easy to just grind them.
Yeah,
they gave us new tracks, new everything. So check out our last podcast. We'll talk about all like the season rewards and yada yada yada. But the actual boost emblems themselves, what they do, how they work, tips, tricks, good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between. That's what today's all about. So first and foremost, 1,000-foot view, very very good thing, very positive, right? 2 thumbs up.
Yes.
The second thing to note is that 99% of what matters in the emblems is not the stats on the emblems.
Mm-hmm.
Do not worry about it. Even if it says minus HP or minus defense, or try to see if you have something maybe be a little efficient. But if you don't worry about it. 99% of what matters is the colors.
Right. Yep. And I'm glad you brought that up because
the stats don't really matter.
They really don't because I've built my special attacker page, and we'll talk about how to build some.
Oh yeah, we'll get it definitely
pages.
All into it, and we'll have timestamps down below if you want to.
Yeah. I was trying to build my special attacker page, and I was trying my best to like, how can I up my special attack without giving up too much defense, or blah 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 blah.
And at the very end, it's like -6.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, or like, okay, I got +6 special attack. At the end of the day,
it didn't matter. The percentage is
how
what
much
matters.
does that? How much does that matter?
The colors are what matter.
It doesn't matter at all.
We're going to get into that first and foremost. So basically, they have it's like the whole Kanto Pokedex almost. It's like
the first like 100 or whatever.
It's the Kanto Pokedex essentially.
Kanto pandering.
Yeah. There's bronze, silver, and gold.
Yeah.
So different levels and tiers, whether or not you collect 3 bronze, put them together, it makes 1 silver. You got 3 silver, put them together, and make a gold. Essentially how it works.
And you got to pay.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's like 100
coins. Yeah.
But you get them off the free tracks, you get them off the season tracks. There's a whole bunch. And scoring more Eos energy gets you more rewards from the energy lotto. So just going to like how to obtain them, I guess is how we'll start, and that's you play standard. Yeah, if you're just grinding for emblems, just play standard. Don't worry about it. You just play a character. You don't even worry about if you win the game too much. Like obviously, you're gonna throw, but like your number one goal is literally just to score as many points as you can, hundreds of points per game. That's how you get. If your only goal is like I just want to grind for emblems, because it's all RNG what you get.
Yeah.
So you got like right now, I still need a Slowbro. He's blue and purple, and we'll get into that in a second. But so he's very good for like a tank page. And I don't have one yet, so I gotta just keep grinding until I randomly draw. Oh, I got him.
Yeah, and another thing, the lottery will give you bronze, silver, and gold.
Correct. We've had lots of good lucky pulls.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess the first thing to talk about with the emblems, we'll pull up the little our little checklist here.
Handy dandy checklist.
So yeah, obviously, do it in standard. Don't do it in ranked.
Because, so...
Ranked is already messy enough as it is.
When did they come out? When did the boost emblems come out? 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, yeah.
And you have what, like 70 plus?
I have 68.
Of the 100?
Of the 100.
Yeah, so like you're doing really good. I have over 50.
Exactly.
I might have close to 60.
And you've been on vacation for 5 days.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of just getting on.
You just had to play.
And
here's a really good tip. If you're just grinding for emblems, and you still want to like not give up too much in the game, just make sure you score a minimum of 100 per game. Because 100 equals one lottery reward.
Yeah. And it's a great time to play new characters too. Like I've been playing a bunch of Hoopa, trying to get Hoopa like more
leveled up.
More of a
You're on it this week, I'm gonna be on it next week, so everybody's gonna be
it's the perfect opportunity to kind of get a new character into your repertoire for your master's grind or your your rank to your grind to masters or whatever.
Another good tip is that so like I said, you can combine 3 bronze to make a silver, 3 silver to make a gold. But sometimes bronze or silver are better because of the stats that they cut. Because obviously, the higher up, the better stats they get. But that means also the cut. So if it's like minus HP or minus defense, it might be instead of minus 30, now it's minus 60 at gold or something crazy big. So like having just a bronze there does the same thing color-wise. So the only time that you would want to go to silver or gold is if the trade is worth it. Because it's going to be plus something and minus something, so the minus has to be very minimal and the plus has to be very powerful. The scales have to really be in your benefit a lot for it to be really worth to level up all the way to silver or golden a lot of times.
Right.
Like for instance, the gold Gengar, crazy more move speed, but it's only just a tiny little bit more attack drop, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I guess now we can go and start talking about the color breakdown. Alright, so obviously there are different colors for all the different emblems based on like their typing, kind of like TCG.
Yeah.
So there's 7 colors. There's pink, blue, green, purple, red, yellow, white, black, and brown.
How many colors was that? I didn't count.
I didn't count either.
But
anyways, those are the colors.
I think you got them all. I'm impressed.
And then they each kind of like have like a scaling, so we'll get into that in a sec. But it's either a 2-4-6 or a 3-5-7. So how many around the ring and blah 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 blah.
Right.
But right here we just have a couple of snapshots or whatever, from good old buddy Spraggles. Definitely go check his channel out.
Thanks, Spraggles.
This is kind of our original like day one, where we got our snapshots from, so we just kind of use those. Like, hey, this is where we got our info. Day one.
He's getting a special. He's getting a special feature on the channel right now.
He's got the beautiful mustache.
Yeah.
Pink. Have you ever heard of tenacity?
Yeah, I have because of you.
Okay. So what's tenacity?
It's a hindrance. I don't want to say resistance.
Reduction.
Yes.
So basically, you become... right here is what it says. Hindrance effect duration. Minus 4%. So basically, if you hit with a slow, that slow is now 4% less time on you.
Right, which...
It's a weird way to think about it, but that's what it is.
4% is whatever, right?
But 8% or 16%. 16%?
Now 16. Okay, now we're talking.
That is an insane number.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, right now it's not possible because there's only 4 pinks in the game. There's the Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff, then there's Clefairy and Clefable.
So
that tells us there's definitely going to be more of these in the future. Probably more Johto, right?
Right.
So, right now you can only get up to 8. So 8% duration is still pretty good.
Not even 8, right? Because there's only 4.
It's a 5.
Yes,
yeah. So we can't even get to the 8. So you only get 4. So I don't think pinks are really worth it right now, but in the future I think they will be.
I think so too.
Big stonks in the future, and I've already got all 4, so I'm ready to go. Yeah, so the purples coming up here. So this is going to be our 2 defensive types.
Yes.
So this one's special. So it's very much just like leveling up and doing EVs and stuff in competitive Pokemon. It's super similar. So this is going to be your special defense. So again, these are all percentages, so it goes based off your base stats. So we'll have a link in the description to unitedb.com where you can go check out all of your Pokemon's base stats. And basically, Alakazam, he's only got like a 40 special attack, so it's not worth investing in attack EVs or trying to give him physical fire punch, right?
Yeah.
Same type of thing in Unite. Exactly the same thing. So if they don't have a good special defense, it's not worth investing in their special defense because it's a percentage.
Right.
But 2, 4, and 8, pretty legit. No, if you get to 8% spec D.
Because now this is maybe I'll steal your thunder here a little bit.
No. You're because you've been on vacation. I sort of did. I did all this homework and ground them out, and so again, you're sort of playing the faux student a little bit here in this discussion.
So like this is an excellent point. Okay, so you've got plus 8% special defense. Okay, say your Pokemon at level 15 has 200 special defense.
Just random.
That's probably really bad. I don't know. Add 8% to that. I don't want to do the math right now.
That's a good chunk.
That's a good chunk. So that's why that's more important, because if you build your page based just on like special defense boosting, you could potentially only come out with like 8 to 10 and a flat number, like a flat
Correct.
8 to 10.
Correct.
Whereas this gives you a percentage that gets exponentially bigger.
And so somebody like Blastoise, who has insanely good base stats, that's why I think he's like that's one of the main reasons I think he's the best tank in the game, is because he's got such great stats.
Yeah.
Everywhere is a good stat. So percentage special defense on what was already a good special defense stat. Do you see what I mean? So the next color here we'll talk about is obviously the other side of the coin is blue.
Oh, I cheated. I went to brown. Here's the blue. So
this is obviously the physical defense. So 2, 4, 8, same scaling.
Yep.
Physical defense is more important in this game than special defense because it's a MOBA, and in MOBAs, what do auto attacks always scale off of unless they say otherwise?
Always physical.
There you go. So defense goes a long way. Next, we're going to talk about the 2 offenses. We're going to talk about brown and green.
All right, brown. Give it to us, buddy.
So specifically, look at the difference here. So brown is physical attack.
Yes.
Look at the percentages.
1%, 2%, and 4%.
And it's on a 2, 4, 6. All of these so far have been on 2, 4, 6 scaling except for the pink.
Yeah.
So we've already talked about the pink, kind of put that on hold for now.
Yeah.
In the future, once we can actually do it, pinks will be worth their weight in gold, I think, for certain builds, because there's a lot
certain
of tenacity.
Characters.
Yep. But here we got 2, 4, 6, and it's at 1%, 2%, and 4% attack. Now click the green one. So this is physical attack. And this is special attack. 1%, 2%, 4%. Same exact scaling.
Yeah.
So the defenses and the offenses all the same. So what this means is that the Browns are actually pretty legit on almost any character in the game, because everybody auto attacks. So Browns are basically never bad if you have some extras.
Yeah.
Especially if what we'll get into with the dual colors. So next up we'll talk about so that's sort of the generic ones that fit anywhere. Now we'll talk about the ones you should avoid.
All right, this one definitely red.
There's 2 colors actually we should avoid.
Yep.
So I prepped you a little bit before the show. So do you want to talk about why the reds are bad?
Okay.
Because it doesn't look bad. 357. It's a high scale. But it means you need to have a lot of them in your ring, which we'll show it off in a sec. And it's 2%, 4%, and 8% basic attack speed. 8%, we just talked about 8% was pretty decent for the defense.
Yeah. Well, it's because, yes, you increase your attack speed, but the flat number is just more valuable.
The flat number here.
Like
it's just the way that the short version of it is that it's just the math is weird in this game because it doesn't scale the same way it does in like League of Legends. In League of Legends, there's an algorithm based on your attack damage. So the more attack speed you have on somebody that's like a mage isn't going to be worth as much as somebody like that has a high base attack damage.
Right.
They correlate. Yep. In here, it's different. So the reds just aren't actually that good because attack speed just doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
It's not going to be... basically, the short version is 8% attack speed, even if you max it out with 7. Which is a lot. We'll get in, you know, I mean, as soon as we get into that, we'll show the ring. Like, 7 out of 10 is a lot.
Yeah.
When almost none of them have dual typings. To have 8% attack speed, and it's not really noticeable.
So let's talk about the next one.
By far the worst one in the game. Don't ever put yellows anywhere.
Yes. Movement speed out of combat. You should never be out of combat. Don't ever run yellow.
This is a small map, and it's a short game. If you're out of combat long enough to really benefit from these buffs, you're doing something wrong.
And I think out of combat is 8 seconds in this game, right?
8 seconds out of combat? You're almost always doing something wrong. You could find somewhere to be farming and or fighting or defending within 8 seconds.
Yeah, because you're technically in combat.
Or super jumping. Like
You're in combat when you're fighting wild Pokemon.
Yeah, so... Yes, it seems like a lot. Again, it's not even that much. It's 357, which is a huge scale.
Yep.
And only to get the 12% move speed increase. 12% is decent, but it's not 16 like the pinks for a 357.
Yeah.
Do you see the difference?
Yeah. Don't do yellow.
Don't do yellows. Don't do reds. Genuinely just bad right now.
Yeah. All right.
So now let's talk about the winners. Let's talk about the whites. Big winners. Big winner is a white one.
Yep.
Because again, something like it's a 246, so it's the cheaper end of the 2 price points.
Yep.
There's a lot of really versatile and cool white Pokemon, and percentage HP goes a long way for people that have good HP stats in this game, and a lot of defenders have big, thick, juicy HP pools.
In a lot of the white Pokemon actually have a lot of crit.
Yes, we'll definitely get into that. That's like one of the stats that matters.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we'll talk about the big winner. That's basically the auto-include now. We've sort of buried the lead intentionally. We wanted to get rid of all that, so now we can talk about this. So this is black. So this is going to be things like poison or, you know, it seems to be a lot of poison.
Yeah, a lot of poison because like
Not all. But that definitely seems to maybe be the trend.
Mm-hmm.
257, so it's a more expensive scaling, but this is worth it because there are a lot of dual color Pokemon.
Yeah.
And it is 2%, 4%, and 8% CDR.
Yep.
Cooldown reduction. So you've been playing a MOBA for about exactly a year. Talk to me.
Definitely the most valuable.
By far.
Because like Doug and I were doing some math the other day. We were
Shout out to PMC Sport Ninja.
We were talking about because I've been playing Glaceon and I'm playing Icicle Spear. Icicle Spear is an 8.5
base
cooldown.
Yep.
Well, the combination of this 8% move cooldown reduction plus something like a Shell Bell or Energy Amp, you can get that actually
or both.
You can get that to under 8 seconds. So that puts you at the same level as your choice specs.
Exactly. So every single Icicle Spear has a choice specs boost. Yeah. So essentially the Sheen proc of mages.
Yeah, so that's why this is so important because you can do cool stuff like that.
Because 8% is a lot.
It is.
8% move cooldown reduction, and this includes Unite moves.
Yes.
For somebody like Glaceon, who has like a 1 second charge rate.
Or like Hoopa, because
Hoopa, that's really good for Hoopa.
Hoopa's like the opposite side of that coin because Hoopa, no matter what you do, you'll only get like 3 ultimates in the game max.
Yeah,
right?
You're lucky if you get to 4. 4 means you're like S+ that game.
Yeah, so like, but Hoopa has like the best ultimate in the game, so it's like having an extra one or being able to get
and
it
maybe that
faster
one
when
comes
you
up
need
in
it.
the last 15, 20 seconds of the game, and that matters.
Yeah, exactly. So like it's valuable.
But just
on a
in
Pokemon
general,
like him,
just
too.
cooldown reduction is good on every poke.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if you're a tank, support, range, melee, jungle, top. Nothing matters. Cooldown's good on everything and everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is by far the best in the game. In my opinion, the very first, and we wrote the notes, the very first benchmark is to grind until you have 7 unique blacks.
Yep. Yeah, that's when you're finally starting to like cook a little bit when you got the 7 blacks that you can use.
Okay, so this is essentially the wheel.
Yep.
The wheel of fortune here.
Yeah.
So, as you can see, the stats are very, very, very minimal. Plus 40s, not a lot when we're talking about thousands of HP.
Right.
You know what I mean? Defense plus 2, or minus 6. Special defense plus 2. Special attack plus 4.5. Like, these numbers aren't doing anything. When you look at, like, for instance, a choice belt is like, what, plus 30 or 40 attack?
Yeah.
So, like, these stats genuinely just aren't relevant. But the percentages are. So the number one tip we have before we really dive into like we have a couple builds to show off here, which one we have on screen, but the big thing we want to touch home on is the last point in terms of like the notes or things to remember. Dual colored emblems. So emblems that are 2 different typings. As you see here, there's some blue and black. There's green and black. Do me a favor and click on the Vileplume. Or, excuse me, go back to all your emblems. Click L1.
Sorry, folks. User error.
You're good. Right there. So, click all black. Showing off here live how you can sort these out. For people that are watching the YouTube, if you're listening to podcasts, sorry, just click the buttons on the screen.
Yeah.
But all these black. So, check out all the different, go down all the way. There you go. Is that black and purple, that Gengar.
Yep.
Then go all the way to the top. There we go. So, as you can see, there's not a whole lot of options, but there's one thing that stands out.
Green and black.
Green and black. So, cooldown reduction and special attack.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you know it? Mages love both of those.
Yes.
So, it's really, really, really good and easy. Now you can click R1. It's really quick and easy to do a mage page like I have, and then Brandon just got home, and I was like, hey, and he was like, hey, so give me we had already done the prep, and I sort of taught him this, so to speak, all this before the show, obviously. So this is the mage page you built.
Yep.
Which is just as, if not more, optimized than mine.
Yeah, like I feel like it's
762. So basically what this means is that you have maximum amount of cooldown reduction, the most you can have.
Yep.
8%.
Yep.
You have maximum amount of special attack, the most you can have, 6, so which means it was what, 4%?
Yep, so I got 4% special attack boost.
So somebody like Gardevoir.
I play Ninetales.
Ninetales. That's going to be really good on
Venusaur.
That's going to be great on a lot. That's what I use for my Venusaur page.
Yep.
And then you have 2 blues, because there's a black and blue there with the old Tentacruel boy.
Yeah.
And he, obviously for physical defense.
Yeah. So like, honestly, like
generically good for all autos, especially early.
So I maxed out the
That's
2
good against
important
wild
ones.
Pokemon too.
Yep. So I maxed out the 2 that were the most important, and then I just kind of dipped into another one and just got
Correct.
a little bit extra out of, as much as I could.
It's a maxing efficiency because of those dual colors. Dual colors are worth their weight in gold.
Yeah.
So grind for blacks, get all these dual colors. It's the way to go.
Yeah, like you can just see how easy this page was actually to make after I got all of the mixed colors, because half of what I maxed out was done in 4 emblems.
So you had mentioned that there are, there's at least one stat that is worthwhile.
Yeah, a stat you should always be looking for if you can put it into your build.
In one of your pages, that should be there for like your physical, whatever, whether it's range, melee, if you're Talonflame, if you're Crustle, if you're doing physical melee damage, or range, doesn't even have to be melee, but if you're doing physical and or crit damage, you should be looking for crit chance.
Yeah. I would say that
the critical hit rate plus 1.4%.
That's good.
That's good when you look at, it's like, what is it on Razor Claw? Like 1.5? Do you see what I mean?
I know
like,
scope lens is 6.
Scope lens is 6, but do you see what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're getting good returns on that because it's just a raw stat.
Yeah.
And then, like, if you're looking at this one,
Gotta go back to your... Oh, yep, you got it.
if I go over here, I think there's other ones like that. I want to be more minus the crits. There's one with HP. If we go down here, obviously we look at the ones that we have on here.
Yeah, so...
Persian, crit chance.
Yep.
And again, -4 defense. We don't care about that, right?
No.
Like
in a vacuum, that's not important.
no. I look at the Farfetched, -30 HP. Like, yeah, that seems like it sucks, but when you get to the actual, like, finished room page, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, we actually start at +30 HP, so we're actually positive, plus we have the percentage HP, plus 1% extra HP, which is just a nice little buff to have. Just because we don't have to have the whites in here. Honestly, if you wanted to optimize, you could do that and just do more oranges.
And more blacks or whatever.
Or more blacks for cooldowns or whatever. But
this is cool because you've dipped into a lot of different things.
I'm doing a lot of different things. So, like, this could work. Like, that 1% HP goes a long way on Crustle.
Right. Yeah, that could be...
Especially early.
Yeah.
It could be the difference of you getting out or not, especially with Potion. Or, like, something like Squishy with Talonflame.
Yep.
Like, because it's crit chance and HP, it's actually kind of worth it. Does that make sense?
Exactly, yeah.
It's kind of weird to think about it like that. So, and then this is what I've got working on right now based on what I own for Blastoise. So you can see there's one little piece missing. I want the Slowbro. I mentioned earlier. He's blue and purple.
Yep.
Now it's clicking like, oh, okay, so you're trying to switch like maybe the Krabby or one of these just generic, maybe a Squirtle, whatever, just one of these solo blues for a blue-purple. And then that pairs with the Gengar. So now we have extra Spec D, extra Physical D, HP, and cooldown reduction. And even plus 60 HP. So plus 60 HP, plus extra percentage HP, on top of like a build that I run, which is Score Shield and Buddy Barrier. Yeah. So that's 450 for each. Yep. And an extra 60 here. So imagine Buddy Barrier is now 510. Yeah. That's what I get from this. And so, like, that's actually pretty good. Yeah. Do you see what I mean?
And this is the fun thing about them. Like, this is a really cool build. I like that you've kind of dipped into a few things, and it's not even really optimized yet. You know, like you said.
Because I don't own it.
Yeah, and but
still 4% defense. And then when I get to it, it'll be 2% Spec D to 4% defense on Blastoise. Dude, he's so tank. And you can use this on any tank build. Yeah. You could literally use this on Trevenant. Yep. You could use it on anybody. You don't have to go the other build with Crustle. Like I said, this could be your Crustle build because it's HP, cooldown reduction, defense, and special defense. It's just all tank.
And the part of the reason that this is so cool is because you could do something like this on like Serena.
100%.
You know, like you could dip into like a really bulky build because
Buzzwole. There's no physical or special tendency here. It's just whatever you need.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just bulk.
Got that cooldown reduction, a little bit of extra bulk. You know, like Serena's got.
But again,
shields.
It is based off the base stats, so keep that in mind. Something like Buzzwole might struggle a little now that I think about it, just because he is so frail.
Well, it's like putting choice specs on Shuckle or putting choice specs on Alakazam. The return's going to be better with Alakazam.
100%.
Your 10 special attack on Crustle will go to 15, whereas your 100 on Alakazam will go to 150. Examples.
Yep.
Numbers.
So a couple notable ones here. There's only one right now that is currently mixed with white.
Is that Butterfree?
Butterfree. So it's green and white. So
I don't have Butterfree.
So I just picked him up. That was really cool.
Okay.
I'm trying to see right now if there are any that I have that we can show off for the podcast. Oh, yep, right here. See all these green arrows?
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
So that means...
Gonna get that live upgrade.
So as you can see right here, I've got 3 of the Nidorinos. Merged to silver.
Live merge.
Yeah, just showing it off how it works, kind of, you know.
Perfect.
Boom. So then go back down here.
And I think once you... Okay, so go back to that Nidorino really quick.
So now you can see the stat difference.
So now you don't have any bronze. But say you do collect a bronze out of the thing.
You can collect more bronze and get another one.
You can select the bronze or the silver Nidorino.
Correct. So merge silver or merge gold, depending on what you have available. So right here, Clefairy, about to get a silver one.
Perfect.
Let's see what she gives us. a little wonky, sends you back to... But look at 40 HP, minus
Wow,
4 defense. So you're not really cutting defense, but 40's a big one.
Yeah,
40's not bad. So assuming gold might be up to 60...
Yeah.
Just from that one emblem and giving up to 16% tenacity. That's what I'm saying. Future stonks on pinks.
Yeah.
Like, so, like, I'm calling it now.
Do you think
we are calling it now.
Do you think it'll be better on, like, your damage characters or on tanks?
It depends what you're going for.
Okay.
And it depends on if we get draft mode or not.
That is true.
You could have a tenacity build depending on what the enemy team brings up. It's a lot of up in the air.
Yeah.
But I do think it's really good on anything frontline.
Okay.
Regardless of tank, support, bruiser, whatever. Anything frontline and or melee, I think it'll be great. Melee especially. That could be like plus 16% tenacity on Outrage Dragonite, for instance.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean?
I'm following you.
Do you see what I mean?
Yep.
You build that up to you spec into that that play style.
Yeah. I'm with you.
So, yeah, that's basically the runes. One thing we do want to talk about, so obviously we are going to be getting some in the future. We already know that because the pinks. You know what I mean? They've already showed their hand, so to speak.
Yeah.
We got the Hypno today. It's pretty good. So this is the Gengar. This is the gold Gengar. You get this from the season track.
Yep.
So right now I'm done. All I'm getting is tickets. But gold Gengar, that's essentially what you get for playing the season track. As you can see here, now my season track, you know what I mean? I'm just getting tickets.
Just tickets. Lame.
Up until 55, then it spoils out. And as you can see, like the season ends 28 more days kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it for the boost emblems. That's pretty much everything that we really wanted to touch base on. The key factors right now in this patch or this Pokedex worth of emblems, you want to be getting your blacks.
Yep.
You want to be getting your greens, blues, browns, and purples.
Yep.
And you really want to be investing in as much as you can for whites. And obviously, two colors are better than one.
Right. Yep.
As much as you can.
Yep.
Avoid reds. Avoid yellows. They're literally just not worth it right now.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future, but for this current patch, it's just not worth it.
No.
So that's pretty much all we have to say about boost emblems. So you are, again, as we close out here for our outro, you are you're new to MOBAs.
Yeah.
You've only been a year in. You never played League.
No.
So you didn't remember there's been 4 or 5 different iterations of runes, masteries, all different stuff in League of Legends. But I have explained it to you and shown you off camera. So you saw oh, okay, I see, blah, blah, blah. How do you feel?
I like it. I think Pokemon actually, once you learned that the colors were more important, the system became a lot more simple.
I like the colors.
In a way that Pokemon has made this MOBA.
It feels like EV training.
Yeah, it does. It does.
And even the stats, like, oh, this one's plus attack minus special attack. Oh, that's an adamant coin.
I know, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's got that like min-maxing fun factor of nature.
Very much. Like kind of feels like TCG.
Yeah.
Where some of the colors are like what you get. Oh, this color is green and white, so that's what I have an option to do.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
very similar.
Really excited to see the new emblems in the future. Hopefully in September. That's what I want to see. Because, again, 28 days from now is basically the beginning of September. That'll be the next season.
You got 69 emblems. Nice. Sorry.
I may or may not have done that exactly on purpose for this podcast. That should be the thumbnail.
Yeah.
That was actually the Hypno. Psychic.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, emblems are really cool, really, really fun. Assuming that the second wave that starts in September is 28 days from now, that's the next season, and that'll also be the launch of the new season. I'm expecting that to be a next 100 emblems.
Hopefully.
And I expect it to be 100 Johto.
Okay.
That's my guess. It doesn't have to be. There's still plenty Kanto and then dumping it, but I just think it'll just be 100 from here, 100 from here, 100 from here, and just kind of give us some more colors.
You just want Sceptile.
I do.
Right.
So yeah, that's what I think. I think September is going to be really great. Stay tuned for Tyranitar 2 weeks from now.
Yep.
Tyranitar is going to be dropping. Hopefully he is as exciting as he seems on the beta footage, because he seems really fun. Just don't nerf him too hard.
Yeah, for real.
Because I don't want another dud.
Yeah. All right. I think that's going to do it for us today. We're going to go beat some more YouTubers on stream. All right. Until next time, I've been Zero.
And I'm Justin.
Council's adjourned.